pitch in Colorado Springs as we get set for a Western Conference showdown of the USL. The Switchbacks FC playing host to the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 for the final time of the regular season in 2017. Welcome in, everybody. Josh Howe alongside Roland Vargas. And Roland, both these teams come in limping just a bit. The Switchbacks, obviously, a tough loss on 4th of July weekend. If they're going to rebound, well, Josh Phillips will play a big part, certainly one of the top defenders in the league, and he's been a mainstay for the Switchbacks on the field all season long.
Definitely one of the first names on Steve Church's team sheet, Josh Phillips. He's a fantastic central defender. He's what the Switchbacks build their defense around, and he's going to be counted on today to stop the Whitecaps FC2.
Vancouver comes in. They're winless in their last 4, but in meeting number 1 between these two teams in May up in Vancouver, they had the edge. They won that contest 3-1. What are the keys to slowing down Vancouver here tonight?
Well, the Whitecaps FC2, they have a lot of talent, obviously, with that MLS connection with the Whitecaps. Matthew Baldissimo, very dangerous player in the center of the field for the Whitecaps FC2. Might not get a ton of headlines, but he's a player that a lot of the offensive moves go through.
Well, Steve Tritchie, certainly all eyes on taking care of Vancouver tonight. They want that 3 points. Here's his approach heading into tonight.
Coach, Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 coming in today, what do you expect from them?
They're a good team. You know, we were watching some of the game that we played up there a few weeks ago. I mean, we had a lot of chances. We should have won the game, actually, and that's one of the games we came out like, how did we lose the game? So, you know, but we're a different team since from then, and we got to just take it to it. We got to play our game here, and we didn't do that. We gave Rio too much time on the ball last week, so we're not going to do that tonight. We're going to come out in high press and get some goals.
There's been a ton of rain here at Wiedner Field. How will those affect the conditions?
No, I think it's held up well. So it's typical weather here in Colorado Springs in the summertime. So we'll just deal with it, and it's gonna clear up here.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, the Switchbacks tie for 6th of the Western Conference standings, trying to pick up another 3 of the starting lineups to kickoff when we come back.
Prepare yourself. Something exciting is coming. Something that'll give you 5 big reasons to rethink your travel plans. It's
5 new nonstop flights from Colorado Springs.
This summer, you can fly nonstop to San Francisco, San Diego, Washington, D.C., and starting this fall, Fort Myers and Tampa, too. When you add in our new flights, that's more than 35 daily shortcuts to happiness. Plus, parking is simple, check-in is easy, and you've got a short drive home.
Want to start flying happier from Colorado Springs? Look before you book at flycos.com.
Hi guys, I'm Carrie Wilbanks, your host for Out West. We have a brand new season premiering July 20th right here on CET, and one of the many incredibly cool things we feature is right here at Snowbahn, an indoor ski and snowboard experience. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you there.
What up, Switchbacks fans? Ready for the game on the pitch? Well, finally some slightly cooler temperatures too, as we are going to see these numbers mainly into the 70s for kickoff. A few showers and storms kind of left over here and there, but later into the game by halftime and toward the end of the game, we'll see partly cloudy skies and our temperature that will eventually be just a little bit cooler, a little ice breeze as well for the Switchbacks here. Temps into the 70s later on into the evening. So enjoy the game and go Switchbacks.
And Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 here. This is meeting number 2 between these two teams this season. Earlier on May the 14th up in Vancouver, it was the home team then, the Whitecaps FC2, getting the victory 3-1 in that one. So a different look tonight for the Switchbacks.
the starting lineup. Moise Poiti gets the starting goal. And on the back end, the return of Josh Suggs, key to have number 5 in the lineup.
Josh Suggs is a huge player to have back, obviously, for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, and it'll be the veteran Aaron King leading the line tonight for the Switchbacks offense.
Shane Malcolm up top, and there's Steve Tritchie cleaning off the glasses. A little bit of rain earlier today in Colorado Springs, but it is cleared up enough to play soccer's 3rd season. What a job he has done here in Colorado Springs. Well, for Vancouver, so many different looks this season. They've gone up, they've gone down between the MLS team and FC2 team. Spencer Ritchie, a different look in goal than we saw in meeting number 1.
As you said, didn't see Spencer Ritchie up in Vancouver, but he's back tonight. Also, Marco Bustos, Matthew Baldissimo, dangerous players to support Thomas Sanner and Caden Chung in that attack.
Rich Fagan, the head coach of Vancouver Whitecaps FC2, taking over for Alan Cook, who led the team for the first 2 seasons. So Rich Fagan steps in. He's got his team right now in 12th place of the Western Conference standings. Well, folks, tonight the Switchbacks honoring Staff Sergeant James Boone from the 21st Medical Dental Squadron Tenant Unit to the 50th Space Wing. James serving in the Air Force for 8 years and currently stationed at Schriever Air Force Base. He's here tonight with his wife Holly and his family Zoe, Adeline, and Madison, and we certainly thank him for his service to our country. What a night. The pitch is, Steve Tritchie alluded to in a pregame, a little bit slick, but all in all in pretty good shape considering the amount of rain we received just a few hours ago here in Colorado Springs. As Switchbacks in the home black-white numbers, Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 in the road white. Attacking from left to right. The Switchbacks coming off that tough loss on July the 1st against Rio Grande Valley. They lost that one on a penalty kick and try to get back on track here. Right now tied for 6th of the Western Conference standings, 23 points. Whitecaps FC2, 12th place. There's a look at your officials tonight. Robbie Holner, the referee, assisted by Miguel Urbino Barrios, Jason Hampton, Adam Zarin, rounding out the officiating crew. This is a Vancouver team outscored by their opponents by 5 coming in. And for the Switchbacks up top, we looked at it briefly in the pregame, but Master Cashier, Shane Malcolm, Aaron King, and then you got Eddie Prue, Ronnie Argueta, Tayson Kim at the midfield. On the back end, rolling as good as a defensive unit as you'll find in this league with Suggs, Phillips, McFarland, and Jordan Burt. And Vancouver, an opportunity in the box, shot, and it hits the net on the near side. So an opportunity here in the early going. It's Caden Chung.
It was good play by Chung to bring that ball across the forward line for the Switchbacks there. It was Sion McFarland covering. Luckily, that shot for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 into the side net of Moise Poiti's goal. It was good play here from Chung, dragging that ball across. Finds his teammate on the far side. That's Bartman. Bartman's going to take the left-footed shot just into the side netting. No need for a touch there from Moise Poiti.
So Caden Chung and Nazim Bartman up top, along with Thomas Spencer, the forwards for Rich Fagan's team here on a Saturday night in early July here in Colorado Springs. Here's Sion McFarland. Sion McFarland prevented the clean sheet for Vancouver in that first meeting. He scored in the 88th minute to give the Switchbacks their only goal of the game. Quarter of the 18 now for Vancouver. Top of the 18, left-footed shot curling through the end line.
And that's Marco Bustos. You got to be careful with that player for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Likes to pop up in those spots just behind the strikers for Vancouver. Did so just there, his left-footed shot curling well wide.
The numbers for Marco Bustos coming in, he's played in just 303 minutes. 4 appearances, but 4 goals. You talk about making the most of your time as a starter.
No, he's had huge production. Marco Bustos, a very dangerous player, and like we talked about before this match, he'll just sit in there right behind the front line. He'll let Sanner do his work. Big Sanner, Bartman, and Chung over on the wings, and Marco Bustos will play in that space in the number 10 role. He's a very dangerous player. The Switchbacks have to be careful with him.
Cashier can't corral it, and now Aaron King pressures, and they're going to drop it back to the starting keeper, Spencer Ritchie. Ritchie, 900 minutes coming in, 32 saves. Giving up 15 goals. After the victory over Colorado Springs, Sean Melvin was the starting keeper. Essentially transition out to Spencer Ritchie to become the starter, and he has settled in and played well for Vancouver. McFarland, big blast. And here's Josh Suggs on the overlap. Tae-Sung Kim, down he goes near the end line, and a foul is called on Vancouver.
Referee right on top of it, going to blow the whistle for a foul there just outside the box. It was good play from Josh Suggs pushing up from that left back position. We know how dangerous the wing backs are for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. It'll be Masta Kasher and Josh Suggs to debate who's going to take this one. Both center backs forward for the Colorado Springs. Beware of Josh Phillips.
See Suggs the drop there, and Vancouver with the bracket. And so an opportunity here on a free kick. And well, we've got Masta Kasher, Josh Suggs here around the ball. Looks like it's going to be Masta.
Favors the right footer, put this one right on top of the goalkeeper.
Punched out, still alive. King giving chase, top of the 18. Kim, low shot, ricochets out and through the end line. And that's going to be an accelerated Wealth corner kick, the first of the night.
Well-driven ball in here from Masta Kasher, forced Spencer Ritchie into making a decision. It was a strong punch, but it reached Tae-Sung Kim here. He has a blast at the top of the box. It's well blocked by the Whitecaps too, and Josh Suggs is going to come across to take this accelerated Wealth corner kick, our first of the game.
So the Switchbacks here in the 5th minute of play, chance to get out early against Vancouver. Vancouver coming off a 2-0 loss to Seattle in the last meeting. And here's Suggs.
Both McFarland and Josh Phillips are forward. Aaron King also adds a lot of height into this lineup for the Switchbacks FC.
Got Kasher top of the box and Argueta to his left. And that ball punched up through, and Phillips waiting at the backside. And boy, Spencer Ritchie in aggressive play, but now we'll go to the other side, and Masta Kasher will attempt the corner.
Got himself in a little bit no man's land here, did Spencer Ritchie. I'm not sure how much contact he got on that one. It was the defender who ended up heading that one out. Josh Phillips around the backside. The Switchbacks out their second corner kick now. A Wells Fargo corner kick on the near side. Masta Kasher is going to whip this one in with his right foot again. Try to put this one right on top of the goalkeeper.
Masta Kasher tied for the team lead. 4 goals coming in. Bent in, backside, punched out by Ritchie. A fine play by the Whitecaps FC2 keeper, and we'll go to the other side for a 3rd consecutive corner kick. This time another accelerated Wealth corner kick.
Good save by the Vancouver Whitecaps captain there, Ritchie. Strong hand to that one, pushing it out. It was headed for the top corner. Delicious ball in from Masta Kasher. Now it'll be Josh Suggs on the far side. Accelerated Wealth corner kick here.
Can see King moving in the box. Suggs bends it up and gets by King now with the left foot, plays it down. Here's McFarland, or check that. That's Malcolm, and headed out of the box. King pinballed around. Malcolm able to play it down, using that speed to try to get by the defender, and a whistle. This is going against Colorado Springs.
That's unlucky there on Shane Malcolm. It's good to see him back in the Switchbacks lineup. He took a nasty challenge. He was out for a little bit, but he's back tonight. Shane Malcolm, good feet here. Referee, unluckily for Malcolm, blowing for the foul there. It was well kept in there by Shane Malcolm. Aaron King as well. Could have been a hint of offside there. Good ball in from Aaron King, but the referee blows a stop to that one, and Vancouver will restart this ball with a long kick from their goalkeeper, Spencer Ritchie.
You could see Aaron King losing his footing, so certainly all the moisture we received earlier today in Colorado Springs having somewhat of an effect. Not a huge effect, but we'll see that from time to time here in the opening half. Fans, a reminder, Nike is a proud partner of the USL, an official sponsor. For more, go to NikeSoccer.com. Headed up at midfield by Prue. And now Vancouver quickly on the throw, and you can see that ball really skipping off the pitch here tonight. Prue quickly on his feet. Drop back to the captain, Ronnie Argueta, and here's Moise Poiti. He played such a fine game, Roland, against Rio Grande Valley. A tough loss on that penalty kick, but he has been in fine form as of late.
Moise Poiti's been fantastic. The Gazette newspaper here in Colorado Springs did a little feature on Moise Poiti, definitely one of the best goalkeepers in the USL, and his communication with his backline really has come a long way since he started out with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. You can hear him constantly yelling out to Sion McFarland and Josh Phillips, telling them where to be. That's a good ball, finding Josh Suggs.
Off the left foot, a little heavy on the touch, and Vancouver will control here on the near side. This Vancouver team, we mentioned the MLS team, players going up and down from the MLS squad, who obviously has some time off. If you follow the MLS, they still have a couple of weeks before they play again, so we weren't sure who we are going to see tonight, and no surprise, a lot of changes. We thought we were going to see one of the best midfielders in all the USL tonight. He is not going to play, but certainly they've got a ton of talent on the field here tonight.
They do, and that's a great win back there from Ronnie Argetta. Just looking for some support. Josh Phillips breaking his legs up to get up forward there to support Ronnie Argetta. Good play from Eddie Prue. Nice touch.
So Prue now circles back, and he'll set it back to Moise Poiti. The Whitecaps FC 29 different players seeing time prior to this game tonight. And they only had one player with more than 1,000 minutes played this season. You compared that to the Switchbacks. 21 players have seen time, 9 players logging over 1,000 minutes. So certainly speaks to the stability of the Switchbacks coming in here tonight.
And it also speaks just the kind of depth these MLS2 teams can bring down when they face the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Obviously, the Switchbacks, they don't have that direct link to an MLS team. They have a good relationship with the Rapids. Nice play from Aaron King on the far side, and a good ball, too.
And ricocheted out, punched back in by Malcolm, and denied on the doorstep.
Trying to play that one with the outside of his foot was Shane Malcolm. It was a good touch, but well blocked in the end there by the Whitecaps. The Switchbacks did well to regroup defensively here.
Vancouver now, they'll circle it back. It's Caden Chung. Chung, a nice setup early on in this one for Nazim Bartman. Really the only great opportunity for the Whitecaps FC2 here in the early going.
But as we were talking about, just that MLS2 connection, obviously the Switchbacks don't have that. The Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 able to send a ton of players up and down to that MLS level, so it just makes their squad all that much deeper.
Vancouver now as Kim defends at the far side. Malcolm closes in. You have Burt there sent into the box and cleared out. Fans, make sure you turn in to the USL's weekly show on Sirius XM FC Channel 85 Mondays at 7 o'clock Mountain Time for the latest news and information from around the league. Don't forget, Sirius XM FC also airs the USL Game of the Week. Check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. Eddie Prue controlling with the right foot. Here's Argetta. Well, good to see number 5 back in the lineup, and now Malcolm giving chase. And sent out by Declan Wynn. So Malcolm battling through some injuries along with the accumulation cards. And he is back, and what a presence up top. So dangerous, Shane Malcolm, number 23. That forward spot for Colorado Springs.
Yeah, it's a ton of speed to the Switchbacks FC lineup. Obviously, Kevon Frater on the bench today to start this game here for the Switchbacks FC. So Shane Malcolm comes in, just adds that burst of speed on the far side for the Switchbacks, along with Masta Kasher, who's on his favorite left wing position.
Vancouver nearly taken away by Prue. King pursues, and now the Whitecaps FC2 will play it back.
It was dangerous play from Christian Dean bringing that ball forward. He got away with it in the end, though, but I wouldn't try that again if I was the big center back for the Whitecaps too. Aaron King, you can see just how high he's leading the line, pressing for the Switchbacks early in this game.
DeVries back to Spencer Ritchie, and now Francis Company, Christian Dean anchoring that back in for Vancouver. Midfield, Ronnie Argetta playing it over to Jordan Burt. Burt, big ball with the right foot. Here's Suggs again. And you can see that ball just jump off the turf, and Vancouver controls once again for the Colorado Springs while trying to take advantage of home field. This is their second consecutive game. Now, third when you count San Antonio, second consecutive in the month of July. They're on the road for 2 straight after this one in Phoenix, starting on July the 16th. So certainly Roland playing at 6,500 feet has its advantages, and no doubt trying to take advantage from a team coming from sea level here tonight.
Absolutely. In the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, they've been practicing. They were up at the Air Force Academy, which is about another 1,000 feet higher than Wiedner Field here in Colorado Springs. So obviously we know what this altitude brings, but the Whitecaps FC2, including that playoff win here last year, they know what they're about. So they know what it takes to come into Colorado Springs and get a win. But the Switchbacks FC started this game well. They've got to get this man on the ball a little bit more, Masta Kasher. He's been well marked so far, but Masta Kasher is such a dangerous player for the Switchbacks offense.
It's going to get through the end line, so Vancouver will play it. You know, you talked about that meeting last year in the postseason, and the Whitecaps got into the playoffs, and they made the most of that opportunity back on September the 30th here in the quarterfinals. They upset Colorado Springs by a score of 2-1, and they rode that hot streak in the playoffs, advanced all the way to the Western Conference Finals before losing to Swope Park. But certainly a team that got hot at the right time, and they were a tough out.
They had a fantastic year last year. Obviously, they used that MLS connection as much as they could. They came in here. It was a great performance against the Switchbacks in the fall to get that win here in the playoffs. And they, as you said, they went all the way on. They were unlucky not to go to the USL Cup final, but it was a great season last year for the Whitecaps FC2.
Switchbacks here in tie for 6th place, coming in with 23 points. Thinking nothing less than trying to pick up a big 3 here. Real Monarchs, San Antonio 1 and 2 in the conference standings. Real Monarchs at 40 points. San Antonio FC, a team that has lost just 1 time, and that thanks to these Switchbacks on a dramatic victory 1-0 here in late June against San Antonio.
Once more, you can see the Switchbacks doing exactly what head coach Steve Tritchie talked about in the pregame. They're certainly pressing a lot higher up. We saw them last week dropping off and not pressing until the opposition got into their half. But tonight, they're pressing, led by Aaron King from the forward position. Eddie Prue as well, really pushing forward for that midfield spot, putting the defenders of the Whitecaps FC2 under all kinds of pressure when they're in possession.
So Vancouver on the throw and far side. And they'll play it up to Matt Baldizimo, player we highlighted in the pregame, a key presence there in the midfield for Vancouver. And a great play in, but Jordan Burt positioned well defensively. A struggle on the far side, and both teams heated here in the early going, playing with lots of fire. And you like to see that emotion, the passion from both sides.
You do. Referee right on top of it. It was Bartman there going chest to chest with Jordan Burt. He pulled Jordan Burt back out of 2 handfuls of his shirt there. Jordan Burt wasn't having any of that. You can see here Burt wins this ball clean. He's off to the races. Jordan Burt stopped there. And I'm not really exactly sure what Bartman took offense to, but he definitely went chest to chest with Jordan Burt. Referee, good positioning right on top of it. Came across, talked to both players. No need for a card to be shown there.
Jordan Burt second on the Switchbacks in minutes played, over 1,500 coming in. He has played in every game this season and tied for the team lead in goals with 4, tied with Masta Cashier.
And we've seen his versatility at points this season. Jordan Burt, obviously, we know that the right back position is his own, but the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 are in behind here.
Opportunity, far side of the box. Argetta defends and gets through, and Tayson Kim will chase it down.
That was a great job by Ronnie Argetta, the Switchbacks captain, coming across and covering that run there. It was Jordan Burt who pushed up down the right-hand side, but Ronnie Argetta came across, covered that one well.
And there's Malcolm breaking free, and Ritchie able to throw it out of the far side.
You can see in the opening quarter of an hour here, Wiedner Field, the interchange with the Switchbacks up top. Shane Malcolm, Aaron King, Masta Cashier, all equally adept at leading that line for the Switchbacks, and they're playing in different positions here, moving around, trying to cause the Whitecaps 2 defense a little bit of confusion.
Baldizimo dropping it back to DeVries. They'll run it down the far side. No score here, 17th minute of play. Glad you could join us here on a Saturday night. Wiedner Field turned out to be just a gorgeous evening and a late arriving crowd tonight. Starting to fill things up here on the eastern side of Colorado Springs. What a setting here for this showdown of the Western Conference. So much at stake, still a ton of games to go, but the Switchbacks know how important this one is. The Whitecaps with 2 games in hand, and this, of course, the final meeting in the regular season between these 2 teams in 17.
And as you said, vital here for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. They're going to be going on the road. What a difficult trip it is down to Arizona. We've seen the heat recently down there in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area that the Switchbacks will have to deal with next week. So 3 points, definitely something the Switchbacks need here at home.
Jordan Burt to throw it in for Colorado Springs. Switchbacks team coming in, losing 2 of 3, but they have played much better than the numbers would indicate. Of course, that tough loss in the waning minutes against Rio Grande Valley on a penalty kick on July the 1st here at home. Fans, USL Soccer, so many ways to follow this great league online at uslsoccer.com or at Twitter. The handle at USL Soccer. Cashier defending back to the midfield, and now they'll go to the near side, and this is Cole Seiler with the left foot chipped up by Dean. So Moise Poirier getting the start in goal tonight for the Switchbacks. He's logged nearly 1,200 minutes coming into tonight. 49 saves coming in, giving up just 21 goals. And well, we talked about it a lot, just how would the Switchbacks respond here in 17 with the new face in goal. And it's been an emphatic answer from Moise Poirier. He has been outstanding. Sion McFarland on the far side for the Switchbacks. Here's Jordan Burt now. To his left, played up at midfield. Malcolm doubled up, taken away, and Burt pursues, and now a whistle. Our referee tonight, Robbie Holner.
Been very impressed with the work rate of Masta Kasher so far in this game. He's now leading the line. Aaron King has dropped out to that left-hand side. You can see the pressure. Masta Kasher is putting on great win there from Tae-Sung Kim.
Dean plays it back, and here's Richie.
Good job pushing forward there from Tae-Sung Kim, getting into the passing lane. Josh Suggs going to win that header, and the referee's going to call a foul there. Player just bumped into Josh Suggs. Switchbacks will restart here, but true to Steve Church's word, the Switchbacks are pressing higher than they've ever done here at Wiedner Field to start this game, really putting the defenders of Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 under a lot of pressure, not letting Seiler and Dean and Wynn stay on the ball, get comfortable on that ball, really trying to up the ante, press that, and keep the ball out of the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 midfield, where we know they're dangerous with players like Bustos and McKendry.
Here's Argueta out of the Vancouver end. Plays it out, what a feed off a Cashier. Suggs trying to get there. That's going to be a corner kick here for Colorado Springs, a Wells Fargo corner kick. And the second Wells Fargo corner kick here this opening half.
And Masta Kasher once again will take it. He'll just wait for his center back, Sion McFarland, Josh Phillips, to get forward for this one. And once again, we saw just how dangerous he was earlier in this game. He's going to try to put this ball right on top of Spencer Ritchie, make the goalkeeper make a decision here with these wet conditions at Wiedner Field.
And Malcolm in the goal box. Prue dashing to the left. Here's the corner, headed up and out by Vancouver. And there's Tae-Sung Kim to play it. Masta from the edge.
Referee's going to call a foul there on Eddie Prue. That's unlucky on the Switchbacks number 8. The referee was right on top of it. It's a great ball in by Masta Kasher, well kept in by Tae-Sung Kim. Switchbacks just need to make the most of their opportunities from those set pieces. They have had about 4 corner kicks now here in this match. They really need to take advantage of those.
Well, we talked a lot about the standings coming into this one. Vancouver currently sitting in 12th in the Western Conference at 15 points. The Switchbacks tied for 6 at 23. Not a huge gap there. 8 points separating a tie for 6th and 12th place. It speaks to the parity of this league and certainly the importance of this one tonight for both teams.
And you mentioned the games in hand. It's so difficult to look at that table as we see Aaron King picking up this ball, driving into the box.
King trying to set up Cashier, and that's going to be Switchback ball, and another corner kick is Josh Suggs over to take the accelerated Wells corner kick.
It was good play from Aaron King, very direct, picked his head up there, made one move straight toward the goal, tried to pick out Masta Kasher, as you said, but unlucky there for the veteran striker. That's a great run from Aaron King. You can see Masta Kasher there lurking in a dangerous position, but the Switchbacks, once again, another corner kick on the far side of the field, an accelerated Wells corner kick. Josh Suggs going to use his left foot to whip this ball in.
The third accelerated Wells corner kick of this opening half. Suggs to take it. Ben in. There's Burt. And they're going to whistle it against the Switchbacks.
Not sure what the referee saw there. I did see a little bit of a push into the back of Josh Phillips as he was coming across for that one, but the referee blows the foul for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. Once again, great ball by Josh Suggs. You can see Phillips getting pushed out of the way there. The referee calls the foul the other way. More high pressing from the Switchbacks, now led by Tae-Sung Kim.
To midfield as Jordan Burt heads it back into the Vancouver end. And don't forget, you can like the Switchbacks on Facebook. Social media is Facebook, the Switchbacks page, and like them today.
We were talking about the standings a little bit earlier. It's difficult to exactly pinpoint where teams are just with the uneven schedule, the unbalanced schedule that we have in the USL. As you said, Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 have a couple games in hand, so even more important for the Switchbacks to get 3 points at home tonight.
And you look at Swope Park right now in third place with 26 points as the Switchbacks moving it deeper to the Vancouver end. As Cashier now to his right. Masta, he's got a lane. He'll bend it in, the shot, and deflected over the crossbar by Spencer Ritchie.
Well, that's where Masta Cashier is most dangerous, cutting in off that left-hand side and whipping it in with his right foot. He went for goal there. Make no mistake about it, that was a shot. Spencer Ritchie did a good job to move his feet, stay onto that one, and just parry that over his net. Good play from Masta Cashier. Defenders back off, give him the space. He'll take that all day. Whips that ball in. Looks like it might have been just diving under the crossbar. Good save by the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 captain. And now Josh Suggs is going to come across, take this Wells Fargo corner kick on the left-hand side, bend this one out with his left foot, looking for Josh Phillips, Sion McFarland, Aaron King, all forward for this one.
Unofficially, the 6th corner kick of the half for the Switchbacks. Suggs, low ball off the foot of Malcolm, and now Ronnie Argueta chases it down.
Whitecaps FC2 have done a good job of defending these corner kicks so far, but Josh Suggs is going to pump this ball back into the box.
Ben in, and Ritchie right there, and quickly on the throw out. Here we go. Vancouver at midfield. And a good run here for the Whitecaps FC2. Tae-Sung Kim closing in defensively, and a fine job defending Thomas Sanner.
Scuffed his shot a little bit there to Thomas Sanner. As you said, Tae-Sung Kim did a great job stepping back from his midfield position, tracking that run about 60 yards across the field, put the striker off just a little bit there.
And rolling that started with Spencer Ritchie, the quick outlet.
It did. The Switchbacks had a lot of men push forward for that corner kick there. They kept those men forward when Josh Suggs re-won the ball on the left-hand side. The Vancouver Whitecaps had an odd man rush, but it was a great job of noticing that by Tae-Sung Kim coming out, snuffing that attack out.
Seiler, and back to Spencer Ritchie. There's King pressuring up top. Phillips at 50-50 ball, as good as there is, I should say, in this league. And in midfield on the turf, that's going to go against Colorado Springs.
Not 100% sure what Tae-Sung Kim did wrong there. The referee was right on top of it. He blew for the foul. Looked like a 50-50 challenge there just inside the center circle. Vancouver will recycle this one. Shane Malcolm coming across to press. You can see that Switchbacks. Again, Aaron King now leading the line, pressing as high as they can. Eddie Prue trying to win this ball back, and he does just that.
Take away for Prue. Here's Aaron King into the box. King denied by Ritchie. What a play by Spencer Ritchie.
Great save there by the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 #1 goalkeeper Spencer Ritchie. What a pass through there by Eddie Prue. Waded perfectly into the path of Aaron King. Aaron King made a nice run, and we're going to see the referee blow a halt to this one here. We see a tough challenge there, but Aaron King going straight through there, trying to play that one past Spencer Ritchie. Down early, down well, able to save that one. Good goalkeeping by the Whitecaps FC2 #1. Referee going to pull Tae-Sung Kim across here after a 50-50 challenge. I believe he is going to reach for a card. He's just having a consultation with the official on the far side of the field. Referee giving himself tons of time here to make a decision. As you see the Penrose Ortho Centura nod to the dock. Referee just having a talk with Tae-Sung Kim. It was a 50-50 tackle while we were showing that replay. And the referee is going to reach for a card. Luckily, it's yellow there for Tae-Sung Kim. You can see Tae-Sung Kim going in there. Referee right on top of it. Yellow card for Tae-Sung Kim.
So Tae-Sung Kim leading with defeat, picks up a yellow card here in the 27th minute of play. But Roland, let's go back to that last near opportunity for Colorado Springs. Aaron King, Eddie Prue teaming up. Aaron King, here's a guy, a veteran, obviously one of the mainstays. He's been there from day one for Colorado Springs. But Kim, his energy has been contagious this season. You can see the takeaway by Prue, but he looks so fresh this year.
He does. You're absolutely right. That was such a great play there by Eddie Prue, both to win that ball back and just play that first-time pass. He could have strode forward with that ball. He had acres of space there in front of him, did Eddie Prue, but he just plays that one delightfully into Aaron King. It was unlucky for the veteran striker. Such a good play there by Spencer Ritchie. Came out, made himself big.
But the bounce, the speed that King has shown has been impressive. So the Hanson Hot Springs Spas yellow card issued to Tae-Sung Kim. Here in the opening half, still no score. 28th minute of play. Vancouver and Colorado Springs meeting for the second time this season. Meeting #1 back on May the 14th. A 3-1 victory in Vancouver for the Whitecaps FC2. They have been winless in their last 4 games. The Switchbacks losing 2 of 3 coming in. but still in that top half as far as the playoff positioning is concerned. Top 8 advance. Colorado Springs tied for 6 right now, tied with Seattle at 23 points. You've got Swope Park in 3rd at 26. Reno and Sacramento tied at 25 points, and Rio Grande Valley rounding out the top 8 at 20. Of course, Real Monarchs, San Antonio FC still lead at 1 and 2 by a pretty wide margin in the West. Vancouver playing it back to midfield, and this is Declan Wynn. Far side of Bustos. 3 games played, 3 goals. I should say 4 games played, 4 goals.
We didn't know if we were going to see Marco Bustos. We had an idea that we might, like you talked about with that break for the MLS, Vancouver Whitecaps. Marco Bustos, such a dangerous player for the Whitecaps to bring down here to face the Switchbacks, but the Switchbacks done a good job of marking him out of the game. Ronnie Argueta stayed very close to the dangerous player for the Whitecaps FC2 so far in this first half.
Well, the MLS team for Vancouver played on July 5th. They don't play again until, I believe, July the 19th.
Talk about uneven scheduling. That's a huge break for the Vancouver Whitecaps, and obviously they can send players down here to whenever they want to the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. Just shows the depth of this organization, the kind of quality they have. But the Switchbacks done fantastically well. We talked about their corner kicks. If anything, Switchbacks had by far the best chance at this first half through Aaron King so far here as we tick ever closer to the half-an-hour mark.
Now the Switchbacks are going to be on the road for a couple of games. They'll be back here at home on July the 29th against Seattle Sounders FC2. 90s night. Make sure you get your tickets at switchbacksfc.com. Gets by Argueta, quarter of the 18 now. Phillips pursues defensively, and a fine job by Josh as he turns out Bustos.
Josh Phillips sliding across from a center back position there, covering on the right-hand side, but Vancouver, nice ball in there, looking for the dangerous Thomas Sander, but well defended by Ronnie Argueta.
Chasing back is Seiler. And now Dean. With the right foot off McFarland. Here's Malcolm. So dangerous at the open field.
Good change of speed there from Shane Malcolm. You see the Switchbacks, their wingbacks, like they like to do, pushing forward, and that ball will come out to Josh Suggs, see if he can keep it in. Unlucky there for Josh Suggs, ball just a little bit too high for him.
Great crowd on hand tonight here. Poster giveaway night, the 4th edition of the Switchbacks FC poster giveaway. Tell you what, season number 3 for Switchbacks FC soccer here in Colorado Springs, and love to see the way this community has rallied around the home team. Support continues to swell. It's going to be Vancouver ball.
Mostikasher once again tracking back from his left wing position there, helping out Josh Suggs at the left back spot.
It's a good ball by Kim as Prue unable to finish.
You can see the Whitecaps FC2 coming into this game a little bit here as we tick into the second part of the first half. Really starting to press the pace now, pushing their midfielders a little bit farther forward and dealing with that pressing of the Colorado Springs Switchbacks by recycling that ball quickly and using their wingers on the wide spaces.
And Jordan Bird is back to play. It goes through the end line, so Moise Poiti playing it in goal for Colorado Springs. Poiti, nearly 1,200 minutes coming into this one tonight, and well, right now past the 30-minute mark, he is over 1,200 for the season. Dan Jackson started 2017 in goal, did an admirable job, and Poiti came in and is taking it to the next level. Cashier chasing it down, gets by Phillips. Here's Suggs from behind. Look out, Vancouver in the box. Through the end line, and it's going to be Moise Poiti to play it. Josh Suggs so good on the recovery.
It was great speed there by Josh Suggs. You could see he wasn't goal side there, but he made the recovery run, did fantastically well. Look at the ground that Josh Suggs makes up here. Gets a perfect touch on that ball, plays it off the attacking player, and out for a goal kick for Moise Poiti. Great play there by Josh Suggs. Good recovery run.
Goes through to Jordan Bird. Chipped up ahead. Here's Malcolm. And that's going to be switchback ball. Another accelerated Wealth corner kick, their 4th of this opening half.
Switchbacks certainly have had the better of the set pieces here in the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 half. Masta Kasher coming across to take this one, the 7th corner kick of the night. The accelerated well corner kick. Masta Kasher with his right foot going to bend this ball in. Eddie Prue, Jordan Burt, Josh Phillips, Sion McFarlane, Aaron King all forward for this one.
Here's Kasher. Masta low ball, headed up, and it'll go out.
Unlucky there, Eddie Prue just getting a touch on that ball. Unable to keep it down. He was reaching for that one. He was straining every sinew to try to get on the end of that one. It was a good ball played in from Masta Kasher. Great leap there by Eddie Prue. His header goes just over. No need for a save from Spencer Ritchie. Switchbacks really need to start making these set pieces count. They've had a ton of corner kicks, as we talked about. That was their 7th. Good touch there from Sanner.
There's Spencer now. And Suggs positioned well to get there. Fans, don't forget, so many ways to follow the Switchbacks here in 2017. Check them out on Instagram. Switchbacks FC on Instagram. Jordan Burt heading it forward to Malcolm. So Vancouver plays it. We talked about the road for Colorado Springs. This is their 3rd straight here at Wiedner Field. They handed San Antonio FC its only loss of 2017 back on June the 24th. They lost a tough one on a penalty kick to Rio Grande Valley on July the 1st. This wraps up the 3-game homestand tonight. So for Vancouver, on the road tonight, but they're back at home. Swope Park on the 12th, and then next Saturday they'll host Reno 1868 FC, the newest member of the Western Conference.
Difficult upcoming schedule for the Whitecaps, but not any easier for the Switchbacks FC. Difficult trip down to the Valley of the Sun to play the Phoenix Rising FC next weekend. We talked about the conditions the Switchbacks will encounter down there, and we know the superstar power that Arizona has.
Arqueta defending. There's Burt now playing it down the far side. McFarlane giving chase, and Switchbacks, they have been stellar defensively here in the opening half as we are in the 36th minute of play. We talked a little bit earlier on, just moments ago, about Reno, their impact this season. Dane Kelly, he has taken the Western Conference by storm, leads the league in goals with 13, and Hoppano not far behind. He's in the top 5 as well.
No, Reno 1868 been so hot. When I saw that 9-0 win, I thought it was a misprint. I had to refresh the browser a couple times to actually believe that one. A fantastic win by Reno 1868. They've been as hot as any team USL wide.
Yeah, Reno right now 4th place in the Western Conference standings, tied for 4th with Sacramento at 25 points. There's Seiler on the cross and played off the right foot by Sion McFarlane. That's just great persistence by Cole Seiler to run it down. Midfield, here's Arqueta.
Referee waited for the advantage there, didn't have one, brought that foul back. Good refereeing there. He was right on top of it just to see if Ronnie Arqueta was going to wriggle free. He wasn't there, pulled down. Referee blew the foul. Josh Phillips going to take this one, try to pump it out to Shane Malcolm. Great ball by Josh Phillips.
Gets by, and Malcolm has it pinball off the defender on the back end, and Vancouver going to play it up again. Declan Wynn and company. Gets by McFarlane. Here we go. Sanner into the box, goes down. Whistle.
Penalty kick for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. Referee made up a lot of ground there to make that call. It's the 2nd straight game that we've had a debatable penalty kick there on the far side of the box there against the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. We'll have to take a look at this one. You could see Thomas Sanner reaching that right leg back, trying to take a strike there. Sion McFarlane making the covering run there. Very little contact. You can see the frustration on Sion McFarlane. Referee came from a long way away to blow that foul. You can see Masta Kasher head on his hands, but Moise Boati going to have to stand tall, stand big to stop this one. The Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 with a penalty here in the 38th minute. Associates and Dental Care penalty kick, excuse me, Josh.
Marco Bustos trying to score for the 5th time in 5 games. and it's 1-0 Vancouver.
Moise Poiti guessed the right way. Nothing he could do about that one. Perfectly played into the side of the net there by Marco Bustos. An excellent penalty there by the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2, number 32, and they lead here 1-0 at Wiedner Field in Colorado Springs.
So Marco Bustos, 5th game played this season. He gets his 5th goal, this time on a penalty kick. Sean McFarland certainly frustrated at the play there, as he has given Vancouver a 1-0 lead.
Unstoppable penalty there. The first thing that ball hits is the side netting. Excellently taken there by Marco Bustos. We talked about just what a dangerous player he is. He hasn't appeared a lot for the Whitecaps FC2 this season, but when he has, he seems to pop up with the goal. Fantastically taken penalty kick. Calmness personified there by Marco Bustos. The Switchbacks have a lot of work to do here, but they're going to start through Josh Suggs on the left wing.
And a win by Vancouver, the takeaway, and our referee, Robbie Holder, right on it.
Waited a long time to blow the whistle there, did the referee. But he saw the foul to Josh Suggs, and it will be Suggs, I think, to take this ball. He's just waved away Masta Kasher, and it will be Suggs that favors the left footer here. Put a little bit of bend on it and bend it away from the goalkeeper, Spencer Ritchie. Both center backs, once again, forward for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Dangerous position here for the Whitecaps FC2 right after scoring their goal.
Suggs to try to tie it up. Sent in and headed out by Vancouver.
It was Sean McFarland, almost got his forehead to that one, looking for immediate redemption from that penalty kick, but it was cut out by the Whitecaps FC2. Good attack by the Switchbacks, a great response from going down that 1-0 on that penalty kick here. They're really pressing the attack. Jordan Burt now down the right-hand side over to Masta Kasher.
Trying to even it up at the half. Here's Malcolm. Into the box, Burt now. Drop back, Prue, low ball, ricocheted out. Burt again, steps through. Jordan Burt drops it out, low ball, the cross, and Ritchie smothers it.
It's well played on the far side. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, Masta Kasher has moved out to that right-hand side. He'll make his way back over to his favorite left-wing position, but Jordan Burt forward from that right wing back spot. It wasn't offside there. A couple hands went up for the Whitecaps too, but Shane Malcolm kept himself onside. Good play by Jordan Burt. That ball eventually finding its way to Masta Kasher. Spencer Ritchie comes out to claim easily.
So Vancouver right now on top, thanks to a penalty kick goal by Marco Bustos in the 39th minute of play. And they lead Colorado Springs here at 1-0, the second consecutive game. Here in 17, they have led Colorado Springs. They led them 3-0 up in Vancouver before coming away 3-1 to final at the conclusion of that one on May the 14th. There's Burt defending. Vancouver low blast, and a good play there by Poiti. Quick throw out, and it gets by Kim. Quickly on the recovery, Seiler, and now Prue the takeaway. Chipped up to King.
Good speed there by Dean coming across to cover. Covered that run by Masta Kasher. Well defended by the Whitecaps FC2. Game getting a little bit stretched here. Ball starting to bypass midfield for both teams as the defenders are being put under a lot of pressure.
Seiler plays it up, and now here's Bustos. Scored on that penalty kick just moments ago. Chung to Seiler. Taken away there by Kasher. Masta down from behind, and here's the whistle on Seiler.
Be surprised not to see a yellow card here. Masta Kasher absolutely scythed down there. It was a nice touch and a great turn of speed there by Masta Kasher to get himself into space. Referee just going to come across. They're lucky not to see a card for the Whitecaps FC2 perspective.
And there it is. You can see Kasher going down as Cole Seiler, the guilty party. Phillips now back live is Malcolm in the air. Fans, don't forget about 719 Day. It's coming up here in less than a couple of weeks. July the 19th right here at Wiedner Field. 719 Day Brewfest.
Whitecaps FC2 have a lot of confidence going forward after that goal.
Poiti backside hits the post, and it goes in.
It does.
Unbelievable.
It does trickle in. Sander there just over Moise Poiti. Nothing he could do about that one. Sander got the got the tip of his forehead onto that ball, goes clipping in off the post, bounces across, hits the other post, and trickles in across the line. 2-0. Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 leaving the Wiedner Field crowd stunned here in Colorado Springs.
In a quiet goal, we saw it hit the post near side, and it rolled parallel to the goal line, and obviously had enough spin to get in, and here's how it happened.
Just look at the English on this one when it comes off of the post. Great leap by Sander, clips off that post, goes bouncing across the line. Ever so unlucky for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. 2-0. Both posts clipped there. Thomas Sander, 2-0 Whitecaps FC2 at Wiedner Field.
And suddenly a deficit of 2 goals for Colorado Springs here as we tick towards the end of the opening half.
Josh Phillips needed help there on that far side. There wasn't much he could do. You can see the size of Thomas Sander. He's definitely a target man for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. It was a nice ball played across. Once Moise Poitier made that decision to come, he had to get that ball. Wasn't able to get a punch on that ball. Thomas Sander just lurking at that far post and was able to shrug off the challenge and play that one in. Unlucky for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. They just needed a couple more defenders on that back stick. Nothing that the Switchbacks and Josh Phillips could do. We highlighted Josh Phillips beginning of this game. Such a tremendous defender, especially in the air. We know just how well he is, how many aerial duels he's won. We talked about that statistic before we went on air. And Josh Phillips, just nothing he could do there with the size and the strength of Thomas Sander.
So now the team from sea level just over 3 minutes away from going to the locker room with a 2-goal lead, and certainly a huge advantage mentally and physically here in the second half.
Definitely, they certainly haven't been affected by the altitude in the first half, but we've got a long way to go at Wiedner Field here. And as we say, every time there's a 2-0 lead, the next goal is key. If the Switchbacks were to go down 3-0, it's an awfully long road back, but if the Switchbacks are able to get the next goal 2-1 here at Wiedner Field, you'd certainly think the Switchbacks could come back, level this game up, maybe even get 3 points. So certainly everything to play for here as we tick ever closer toward the end of the first half.
Colorado Springs has certainly had their opportunity. 7 set pieces in the opening half for the Switchbacks, not able to capitalize, and it's Vancouver. They get a penalty kick on the 39th minute. Marco Bustos buries his 5th goal of the season, and then minutes later, Thomas Sander on a header ricochets off the post and spins in for the 2nd goal, and that's where we stand here. Extra time, 3 minutes of stoppage time here at the end of the opening half. Cashier over his head, and here's Malcolm. Ronnie Argueta off the left foot. Cashier, a little 1-2. Argueta near side to Josh Suggs. Good feed to Kim, heavy on the touch. Vancouver plays it to midfield.
You and I were talking earlier about Reno 1868 FC. We'd be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to Matias Silva. He was pulled out of Lake Tahoe, went into a coma on July 4th. Him and some of his teammates made the way out there to Lake Tahoe. He went in for a swim, got that shock from the cold water there, went into a coma, was pulled out. Life-saving measures on the side of Lake Tahoe there saved his life. He was eventually airlifted to a hospital. We do know that he is out of the coma, so that's huge news for the Reno 1868 FC.
Absolutely scary moment in Reno here days ago. Here's Josh Suggs, Master Cashier. Argueta bends it, headed up and over the crossbar.
Jordan Burt there, referee's assistant flag going to go up for offside there against Jordan Burt. It was a nice header once he got on the end of that one, just tried to float it over Spencer Ritchie, but the assistant's flag had gone up there. Jordan Burt made a nice run. He was well found.
What a feed. Jordan Burt, as you mentioned, offside, but good idea by Ronnie Argueta.
Ronnie Argueta, the Switchbacks captain, he loves those diagonal balls. It was a nice run made there from out to in by Jordan Burt, just unable to bend his run, stay onside there. Referee's assistant's flag went straight up.
Just over a minute left and extra time here. Phillips battling in the air. Ronnie Argueta sweeps it back to Josh Suggs. Chips it up with the left foot, and Vancouver controls here. Final minute of extra time here at the end of the opening half. Well, what a half for Vancouver, a team that has come in winless, rolling in their last 4, and boy, they haven't had a ton of opportunities, certainly making the most though of limited chances in the first half.
Definitely brings to mind the saying, form is temporary, class is permanent. The Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 certainly have showed their class here in the first half at Wiedner Field. They were put under an awful lot of pressure early on by the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, who had corner kick after corner kick, chance after chance. Aaron King with that golden chance to slide it under Spencer Ritchie, but it was a terrific save by Spencer Ritchie, and the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 went from strength to strength, able to get themselves on the board twice, and now the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC have an accelerated Guelph corner kick, probably the last play of the first half.
Masta Cashier over to take it. 8th corner kick of the half for the Switchbacks. Can they cut the lead in half? Masta spins out, headed up, and it's wide of the post, far side. Ritchie plays it, and that should do it.
Well kept in there by Spencer Ritchie, and that was the last play of the half here at Wiedner Field. The Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2-0 over the Switchbacks FC.
A goal by Bustos, and then Thomas Sander, the difference in this one. The road team heading to the locker room up by 2 goals. Stick around. Stats and highlights coming up next from Wiedner Field in Colorado Springs.
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional 3rd division.
I'm Chris Canarum, and this is my wife,
Alexa Canarum.
We train here in Olympic City, USA.
And we love it here.
My name's Veronica Day, and I'm a national team member of Team USA Skeleton, and I love training in Colorado Springs, Olympic City, USA. Go USA!
Wiedner Field at the half here. Colorado Springs, the Switchbacks in a hole against Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 by a score of 2-0. Back at the booth, Josh Howe, Roland Vargas, and Roland. Switchbacks certainly had their opportunities in the first half. 8 set pieces. They came up empty. Vancouver, limited chances, but they made the most. A penalty kick and then a header to end the opening half, and that's the difference.
100%. It was desperately unlucky for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. They really bossed that opening half an hour, especially the opening 15 minutes. Corner kick after corner kick, putting the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 under a ton of pressure, and then to go down to a penalty kick like that, another penalty kick there on the south side of the field for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, just like we saw last weekend. Really took the momentum, took the wind out of their sails, and the Whitecaps FC2 really capitalized on that with that goal from Thomas Sander.
Sian McFarland called for the foul in the box. That set up the first penalty kick. And Marco Bustos, 5 games played now, 5 goals. buried it, and that's like stealing for a guy like Marco Bustos. He's been running. Minutes later, Thomas Sander cut a free goal. It looked like the Switchbacks were going to be able to dodge a bullet. The header by Sander off the post. It spun along the goal line. It looked like it was going to go out past that far post, but had enough spin on the ball to get in. And that's the difference.
100%. 2 unlucky goals for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks to give away. We talked about live on the live call with that header. As you said, just bounced right across the goal line. We were screened a little bit there. Moise Poati, the Switchbacks #1, he's a big man. We couldn't see past him, and that ball clipped off the second post after it hit off the post on the initial header and ended up creeping over the line. Really unlucky for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, who offensively did a really good job in the first half. Really put the Whitecaps FC2 defenders under a ton of pressure, but obviously weren't able to capitalize with a goal.
For Steve Tritchu, adjustments, is there a lot you say right now? Because they played well. They've just given up some inopportune goals.
They did play well. I don't think I would change any of the forward three right now. Maybe let them start the second half, see what we're going to get from the Switchbacks FC offensively, but they've got a ton of talent on that bench, offensive talent. Jack Jones, Kevon Frater, those are names that we could see in the second half if this scoreline continues.
And keep in mind, we still have another 45 minutes to play, and we're playing a team. Obviously, they've been struggling in terms of getting into the win column. Vancouver, they've been winless in their last 4, but in terms of confidence, all the positive thoughts in the world against Colorado Springs. Keep in mind, they beat them last year in the playoffs. And this season, meeting #1 of the regular season, knocked off Colorado Springs 3-1 up in Vancouver. So certainly they have had the Switchbacks FC number. We'll see if it continues here in the second half. And Vancouver, we talked about it, 29 different players entering tonight had seen minutes. You look up and down the roster, all kinds of depth coming off the bench for head coach Rich Fagan.
Depth, talent, and rested players, as you talked about, with that number of changes that they've made with the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2, just how deep that roster is with their MLS connections. They've had players that are rested. They'll be able to deal with the altitude better than a lot of teams will here. They've got a deep team. They've got a strong team. They brought a ton of players who didn't even dress here tonight at Wiedner Field, so we know just how dangerous the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 are, and if we didn't, we certainly do now after the first half. 2-0 for the Whitecaps FC2 lead.
Well, urgency right now, the word for Colorado Springs. They're going to come out of the locker room facing a 2-goal deficit. How will they adjust? They've obviously got the players to make things happen. Can they do it? Can they flip the switch in half number 2? Stick around. Highlights and the second half are coming up.
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional third division league, completing the U.S. pro soccer landscape. It's time for your town, your team, your game. D3 will fuel local pride and local passion, creating a new legacy for the beautiful game and inspiring its tribal following across the country. This is professional soccer, built on a disciplined financial model and operational excellence, featuring exciting venues to thrill fans, in hungry new markets yearning for the game. USL Division III, professional, passionate, proven. Pro soccer starts here, coming in 2019. For more information, visit USLD3.com.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
The 2017 USL season already has been one for the record books, with major new names including Phoenix Rising FC's Didier Drogba and Omar Bravo, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies' Marcel Schaefer adding to the excitement as the league continues to raise the level on and off the field.
United Soccer League, Oklahoma City Energy taking on the Sacramento Republic FC. You make the top play, we will find you. Check out Miguel Gonzalez.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds versus Toronto FC. Victor Sudo drills the rocket upper right corner. This is the only goal in the game. Riverhounds win at 1-0.
San Antonio FC and the Tulsa Roughnecks. 4th minute scoreless game. Chris Turpak in the box falls down, doesn't prevent him from scoring.
This is from USL. FC Cincinnati made some news earlier in the week as they made it to the next round of the U.S. Open Cup. And how about this goal by Andrew Wiedner? He does all the heavy lifting. Boom, boom, boom. Smack. Game ends 2-2 against Charleston Battery.
Rowdy's taking on the Richmond Kickers. Oh! Rowdy's cross, header blocked. DeShorn Brown. Look at DeShorn in great position, finishing with the scissor kick.
The thrilling action on the field has been seen by record levels of support in the stands. New facilities like those in Rio Grande Valley and Phoenix have welcomed fans to new, exciting eras for both clubs, while fervent support for clubs like the Richmond Kickers, Tampa Bay Rowdies, San Antonio FC, Louisville City FC, and Sacramento Republic FC has put the league on course for total attendance of more than 2 million this season, a historic high. Sacramento has been at the forefront of the rising competition, too, with Republic FC's victory against Real Salt Lake sending the side into the round of 16 in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup for the first time. Ottawa Fury FC's arrival in the USL has been marked by a remarkable victory against Toronto FC in front of a passionate crowd at TD Place in the Canadian Championship, while the second highest crowd in Open Cup history, 32,287 fans, saw FC Cincinnati earn a thrilling penalty shootout victory against the Chicago Fire to advance to the quarterfinals. As the season reaches its halfway point, the USL has never been stronger.
The 2017 Rocky Mountain State Games. Registration is now open. Competition starts July 21st. More than 40 sports, all ages, all skill levels. The 16th annual Rocky Mountain State Games, Colorado's largest sports festival. Register now at RockyMountainStateGames.org. Do you have what it takes to compete?
When you're in the market for a new home, consider the advantages of working with a reputable builder. Make sure quality and craftsmanship are part of the offer. Energy and efficiency are both must-haves. And find an area of town that's right for you. It's your home, so do your home work.
Home buying tips presented by Oakwood Homes. Call or visit oakwoodhomesco.com or to speak with a new home counselor.
Choose Penrose Cancer Center for the most pioneering care in Southern Colorado, offering the most advanced tools and expertise for over 70 years. Part of the comprehensive Centura Health Cancer Network. Learn more at penrosecancercenter.org.
On July 19th, John Eddie Productions presents the 3rd annual 719-Day Brewfest at Wiedner Field, featuring nothing but 100% local beer and spirits made right here in the 719. Get more information and buy your early bird ticket starting at only $25 at 719day.com.
It's July, and CET is full of firework programming all month long. Your Switchbacks square off in 3 key home matches, the 1st, the 8th, and the 29th. Cheer on athletes representing Colorado in the Xterra Adventures Championship Specials. And then don't miss the Season 4 premiere of Out West on July 20th. Happy Independence Day from all of us at CET.
Well, both these teams getting ready for the second half. Switchbacks trailing by 2 goals. Well, highlights from the opening half of play in Colorado Springs. They had their opportunities rolling. 8 set pieces, but they were 0 for 8 in those set pieces.
And the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC did well to get on the end of some of those. A lot of corner kicks like you talked about. 8 corner kicks for the Switchbacks FC, as we're going to go here to the highlights of the first play of the first half. Excuse me very much. From a Switchbacks perspective, they really bossed the game in the first 15 minutes. Took the game to the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 early on. We're desperately unlucky not to go a goal up. Aaron King had a golden chance, but it was so well saved by Spencer Ritchie, who we see here punching that ball clear from Masta Kasher.
It was Suggs on a corner kick. Josh Phillips there on the backside. Jordan Burke quick throw in. You can see that ball skip off the grass, and then Aaron King, no. Just good defense for Vancouver FC2, and Masta Kasher probably the best opportunity of the game, but again, Spencer Ritchie right in position to make the save.
Whitecaps goalkeeper stood big, and look at that from Eddie Prue. What an early pass to Aaron King. Takes a nice touch, gets it out of his feet, tries to pass that one under Spencer Ritchie, but a great save there for Spencer Ritchie. You can see the frustration on his face there for Aaron King. Masta Kasher once again whipping this ball in. Eddie Prue able to get that one on top, but just able to put that one over the crossbar there. Unlucky for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, but they have made changes here to start the second half. Kevon Frater's going to come in for the Switchbacks, so no more messing around for Steve Tritchu. They've got all their offensive weapons on the field here to start the second half, as we're going to go here and see the Vancouver highlights from that first period.
Yeah, Roland, not a lot of opportunities for Vancouver. They made the most of them. And right here in the box, yeah, McFarland defending. Boy, that was a near chance. That was in the early going. And then Sander moving in. You get the penalty. And it's Bustos taking the kick. And Bustos able to punch it in for his 5th goal of the season. 1-0 that point. That coming in the 39th minute of play. 4 minutes later, they do it again. As you can see, not a lot of opportunity there for Moise Poitier to try to defend that ball. And here we go. On the backside, they head it up. Sander off the post. Spins in for the goal, and that is the difference. So 2-goal lead right now for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. We are ready to roll. Boy, the sun is out. What an evening this has turned out to be weather-wise. The Switchbacks hoping the outcome is in their favor at the end of this one. They have some work to do, though. They must overcome a 2-goal deficit against the Whitecaps FC2 team that is certainly desperate for a W. They are winless in their last 4 games. Been outscored by 5 goals this season, but here a +2 advantage. That is the difference.
And it was Shane Malcolm coming off for Kevon Frater. Kevon Frater's going to go straight in to lead the line. Aaron King is going to move out to the right-hand side. Masta Kasher is going to stay on the left, where we know he's so dangerous cutting in on that wicked right foot that he has. But Kevon Frater, the young Jamaican, bringing a ton of speed into that Switchbacks lineup, going to lead the lineup for the Switchbacks FC, and he's going to win this. He's going to be on the end of this ball here. Good hold-up play there from Kevon Frater, adding a little bit more spice to the Switchbacks FC attack to start the second half. Great speed there from Kevon Frater on the far side of the field.
So Frater in, Malcolm is out. Talked about Frater being so dangerous. 3 goals this season. Here's Eddie Prue. Little soft on the touch. Turning the shot. And it's denied. Diving to his left is Spencer Ritchie, but a good shot off by Masta Kasher.
And a great way to start this second half from a Switchbacks FC2 perspective. Masta Kasher there. We just talked about it, how dangerous he is on that right foot, cutting in from the left-hand side. Put Spencer Ritchie under a lot of pressure there. That ball bouncing just in front of the goalkeeper.
Bird has the cross, ricocheted up. And now Vancouver clearing it out for the moment. Kim sweeps it up, and McFarland plays it back to Josh Phillips. Here's Argueta. Low ball far side to Josh Suggs. Good feed. Kasher going to work at the open field. Phillips gonna reverse field. Jordan Burt now with an opportunity. Up ahead of Masta Kasher. You can see how quickly Vancouver closes on Kasher. They know that number 10 can strike in a hurry. Sion McFarland, top of the 18, headed out. And now the sun really splashing down here at Wiedner Field. And Boy, for Vancouver attacking to the north, they're going to be fighting the sun a little bit here in the early part of this second half. Cashier turns. He's got room. The shot off the post and in. Master Cashier, his 5th goal of the season.
And there's that brilliant right foot from Master Cashier, and the Switchbacks are right back in this game. I wish I could have been the fly on the wall with head coach Steve Tritchie in the halftime, because he certainly lit a fire under his team. They've come out. They haven't let the Whitecaps FC2 touch the ball a single time in the opening 3 minutes of the second half. Master Cashier with a beautiful finish there, using his body, opening his hips up and curling that ball past Spencer Ritchie, kissing it off the post. 2-1. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC getting themselves on the board, and it's game on here at Wiedner Field. Master Cashier, fantastic finish there.
Master Cashier, his 5th goal of the season. That leads the Switchbacks at that category. Not only the team-leading goal, but that is a spark here in the second half. Feels like a new game after the .365 Grand Club goal from Master Cashier. Here we go again. Jordan Burt heads it up over the head of Aaron King. Kim chases, and he gets licked down on the turf. A big-time collision there. You can see number 65, Matthew Baldizimo, and Ben McKendry, number 30 there on the play, as Kim still on the turf.
McKendry absolutely blasted Taesong Kim there, but we're going to go to a replay here of the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC goal. Just look at Master Cashier. Josh Shug's delightful little ball. Nice touch. Gets stuck under his feet a little bit, but he works it out and curls that ball perfectly past Spencer Ritchie. Nothing the goalkeeper could do there. Just takes a little touch off the far post as it goes into the net. Wonderful strike there from Master Cashier off his favored right foot.
Our Penrose Ortho Centura nod of the dock, brought to you by Penrose St. Francis Health Services. And Kim took a tough shot on that play, but looks like Taesong is going to be okay. Well, what a pickup. Master Cashier has been of the offseason by way of Montreal. And he certainly has been one of the key cogs and a spark for this Switchbacks team. And boy, you can see there just a whiplash type of effect on Taesong Kim.
McKendry just gets there half a second late there, absolutely wipes out Taesong Kim. Good to see the young South Korean able to pick himself up. We'll see if the Switchbacks will have a shot. We know just how dangerous Sion McFarlane is from this kind of distance as we see a change. Will Seymour coming on for Matthew Baldizimo for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. Dangerous player, Will Seymour. You talked about that depth in the first half of the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. Obviously, their coaching staff not happy with giving up that goal so early in the second half, so they're making a change here just 5 minutes into the second period.
So Seymour in, Baldizimo out. Get a free kick here. Got Frater around the ball along with McFarlane. Frater takes it, low blast with the left foot, wide of the post on the far side.
Just looking to use that wall to his advantage there, trying to screen the goalkeeper, just unable to get that ball inside the far post. No save there needed from Spencer Ritchie.
So Ben McKendry issued the yellow card. Our Hansen Hot Spring Spas yellow card here in the second half. The first yellow card issued to Vancouver here tonight. Ritchie sends it out. High up in the air. Arquette on the 50-50 ball. Pinballed up. Vancouver low ball up ahead, and Burt, good coverage. And now we've got a whistle.
Referee's assistant going to raise his flag for offside there. It was a switchback stepping forward. Jordan Burt maybe took a nasty challenge there. Maybe the referee was calling that. But Moise Boiti going to restart this one for the Switchbacks FC, who started the second half in perfect fashion here from a Switchbacks perspective.
Roland, what a difference a few minutes makes. Going out of the locker room, everything felt, hey, this is Vancouver's game to lose, and now Switchbacks applying a ton of pressure. They get that opening goal here in the second half from Master Cashier on the 48th minute, and this game feels entirely different. Offside the call. Fans, don't forget Sirius XM satellite radio. Invite you to tune in to the USL's weekly show on Sirius XM FC, channel 85, Monday night, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, 6 o'clock Pacific, for the latest news and information from around the league. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC airing the USL Game of the Week. Check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Ritchie sweeps it out. Phillips in the air. Arquette now. holds, chips it down, and Frater breaks up ahead. Waits for help, the cross, and that's a fine play defensively there. Laying out is Cole Seiler.
Very good header there. Played out for a Budweiser corner kick. The Mastakacher is going to go to the far side of the field to take, with the Switchbacks continue turning the screw, really putting the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 under a ton of pressure to start this second half.
Play it in. Front of the box, gets through. McFarland. Boy, he had a chance. That ball just skipped away. Sion working near the end line, and boy, good physical play defensively. No call, and Vancouver takes advantage.
There's a substitute, Will Seymour there, tracking back, did a good job defensively for the Whitecaps FC2. It'll try to break out, but the Switchbacks getting back in numbers, really pressing this ball high, led by Jordan Burt.
Pinball back to midfield. Play down off the right foot of Nazim Bartman. Outside of that opportunity earlier in the match, haven't called Bartman's name much here tonight. McFarland trying to clear it with the left foot, and trickles out to Seiler. Long run for Sanner, and they'll whistle it the other way, offside the call.
First real break forward for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 in the second half. You talked about it, Bartman. He's been busy. He's been occupied from a defensive perspective. Ronnie Argetta going to look for that diagonal ball. Kevon Frater once again showing his speed, getting on the end of that one, starting the Switchbacks attack.
Frater out of the box. Trying to cross it up for Cashier. Here's Burt. Ricochets off the foot, but another corner kick coming up. I believe we are in the double digits as far as corner kicks go, but boy, Jordan Burt nearly had his team-tying 5th goal of the season.
Declan Wynn coming across here. That ball held up just enough for Jordan Burt. You could see he made a lung-busting run to try to get to that one. It was in no man's land. This ball just hung up. Jordan Burt coming in there. Defender just gets a flick over. Declan Wynn it was. Unlucky for the Switchbacks FC. Mastakacher taking that Budweiser corner kick.
Back live. Taesong Kim plays it down. Taesong gets caught up. Now Ronnie Argetta retreating. Flips it over. Off the hop. Masta. Here's Argetta now. Ball in front of the net, and Burt goes down. He wanted a call, not going to get it.
Well marshaled out in the end. Jordan Burt, you can see just how far forward he's pushing from his right back position. Josh Suggs as well on the left-hand side. Very unlucky there for Jordan Burt. Another great run forward by the Switchbacks right back. Just unable to get his right foot on the end of that one. Well, good strength there by the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 defender.
Fans, don't forget USL Soccer. So many ways to get news, information, highlights from the largest professional soccer league in North America at uslsoccer.com or the Twitter handle at USL Soccer. Boy, the growth of this league has been phenomenal. And Roland, it's not just growth, it's quality growth. You look at what Reno's done this season, and down to the box. Are we going to get a call? No, they play on.
Fans of Wiedner Field wanting a makeup call for that first half. Debatable penalty kick given there by the referee, but referee didn't blow his whistle there. It was Kevon Frater once again, really been a spearhead of this attack for the Switchbacks in the second half.
Look out, and that ball played behind. He had Sanner, the top of the 18, could not connect. Switchbacks now looking to counter. Big ball down, Cashier, and boy, fine play defensively by Christian Dean. Goes up in the air to intercept that ball.
Dean's been very strong in the air tonight for the Whitecaps FC2, but he's been struggling a little bit with the pace brought on by Kevon Frater to start the second half for the Switchbacks. Kevon Frater's done a fantastic job of getting in behind the Whitecaps FC2 defenders.
And the ride defensively by Ben McKendry, and we're going to get a call.
It's good refereeing there. He just saw that hand coming out, pulling the player back. He's going to bust out the magic spray here, make sure Mastakacher doesn't move this ball too far forward, but the Switchbacks have a ton of options standing over this one. Mastakacher, Josh Suggs, Kevon Frater all wanting a piece of this ball here. Jordan Burt, nice little 1-2 with Aaron King, perfectly fed back there from Jordan Burt. Referee going to blow the foul right on top of it there.
On Ben McKendry, so you have Mastakacher, Kevon Frater, and a Shorewood Real Estate free kick.
It favors the left footer here of Kevon Frater for a strike on goal. If the Switchbacks want to cross this ball into the box, it would be Mastakacher with that right foot. And it will be Kevon Frater. Mastakacher just going to move out, give him an extra option.
Frater, been in and a goal! Come on, Frater, we are tied at 2.
Well, there's your goal of the week candidate, ladies and gentlemen. Kevon Frater, stunning strike there. Absolutely nothing that Spencer Ritchie could do. He got a hand on it, but that ball was past him and into the top corner. By the time he did get that hand, stunning strike there from Kevon Frater. The second half substitute blasted that free kick home. 2-2 at Wiedner Field. Game on.
2 goals in 10 minutes. Kevon Frater nets it for his 4th goal of the season.
It's a stunning strike from Kevon Frater. Nothing that Spencer Ritchie could do. Questions have to be asked about the placement of that wall, but Kevon Frater, perfectly taken free kick, executed it well, used the wall to screen the goalkeeper. Nothing that Spencer Ritchie could do. That ball just flew into the top of the net. Almost no backspin on that ball whatsoever. 365 Grand Club sponsoring that goal. What a fantastic strike by Kevon Frater. Look at that. Nothing that Spencer Ritchie could do. A late dive there, but what a strike off the left foot of Kevon Frater.
And rolling almost a knuckleball. Not a lot of rotation on that ball. Floated into the corner. Well placed by Kevon. His 4th goal of the season. Tied for number 2 in the team in that department.
So important to have Kevon Frater start the second half. He's really given the Switchbacks another option as Vancouver wins the ball back on that far side of the field. But good tracking back there by Mastakasher. Referee going to bring out the yellow card there for the young Canadian by way of Algeria. Mastakasher going into the referee's notebook.
And how about the buttons? All the right buttons. Steve Tritchie continues to push this year. The substitution at the half. Malcolm out, Frater in. He comes in. 58th minute, we're tied at 2.
Definitely lit a fire under his team at that halftime team talk. They came out. By the time the Switchbacks had scored that first goal, Vancouver hadn't touched the ball. Mastakasher just reaching in there. Referee gave Mastakasher a yellow card on that play. But the Switchbacks, fantastic start to the second half. 2 goals to their name, 2-2 here. And the Switchbacks really in the ascendancy. They have a ton of momentum.
Second yellow card picked up this afternoon by the Switchbacks. Taesong Kim picked up one of the first half, and Mastakasher, a Hanston Hot Spring Spa yellow card issued to him here at the 60th minute of play. So Vancouver winless in their last 4 now, facing some adversity. It had been smooth sailing in the opening half, getting a penalty kick goal in the 39th minute. Then 4 minutes later, Thomas Sander getting the header off the post and the spin, carrying the ball into the goal for the second of the game. But it's been all Switchbacks FC. And well, and this is more like the way the Switchbacks played in the first half. They just didn't have the results. Now they're getting the goals to show for their dominant performance in terms of controlling the ball and getting opportunities against Vancouver.
You're 100% right, Josh. They just didn't have that finishing touch in the first half. They worked ever so hard. They pressed the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 high up the field, but just didn't have the touch to place that ball into the back of the net. But in the second half, that certainly changed. They've continued to put the Whitecaps under a ton of pressure, and they've got 2 goals to their name.
Nike Soccer, one of the proud partners of the USL. Check them out online, nikesoccer.com. And Ritchie now fighting that sun. You can see putting that left hand up. He'll drop it off to the far side, midfield. Vancouver plays it. You can see Seymour, he checked in the second half for Matthew Baldizimo. Seymour wearing number 58 for Vancouver. They played it midfield again, chipped up with the left foot. Offsides the call.
It's a good step forward there by the Switchbacks FC defense. Game's gone into a little bit of a lull now after those 2 quick fire goals by the Switchbacks to start the second half. Both teams playing it out in the midfield. Neither team really getting any clear-cut chances since the Switchbacks were able to tie it up through that stunning free kick from Kevon Frater.
So Poiti playing it up to Josh Phillips. Zipped over to Sion McFarland. Taesong Kim on the run and closed out well defensively. On the backhand by Francis De Vries.
And well tracked there from Taesong Kim. Able to win his team a throw in. Jordan Burt's going to take this one. Look for the edge of that box. See if Aaron King can maybe flick this ball on.
Off the bounce. Vancouver well covered by Aaron King. It's going to be switchback ball on the corner.
Ricocheted back off the defender there. Good hustle from Aaron King. Switchbacks going to take their time with this one. Josh Suggs going to come forward for our 11th corner kick of the game. Thank you very much, Josh. And speaking of Josh's, watch out for Josh Phillips, number 2 for the Switchbacks FC on the back post. Very dangerous player in the air. Josh Suggs, left foot, try to put this ball right on top of Spencer Ritchie, who has to deal with the sun right in his eyes here of the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 goalkeeper.
Looking to make it 3 unanswered goals here in the second half for the Switchbacks.
Referee just going to blow a halt to this one, have a chat with Thomas Sander, Josh Phillips. Tell them to keep their hands to themselves, and we're going to be game on here. Josh Suggs to whip this ball in.
Off the left foot, Suggs. Headed up. What an opportunity.
Unlucky Aaron King there. Believe the referee called a foul for some pushing. I didn't see much, but Aaron King rose well. His header went just wide.
11th corner kick of the game, and this one nearly resulting in a 3-2 lead.
It's good play from Aaron King there, looking for that top corner. So we see Ziggy. Great crowd here at Wiedner Field in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
A tremendous turnout tonight by the fans here. You can see them lined up on the south end of Wiedner Field. A late arriving crowd, and with the weather, you can understand why. A lot of heavy rain earlier today in Colorado Springs, and really some sprinkles leading up to kickoff, but when the sun is out, it has turned out to be just a gorgeous evening, and certainly the outcome looking much more promising for the Switchbacks here in the second half after digging themselves a 2-goal deficit after 45 minutes of play. But here we are, all tied at 2. And flicked up by Sander, and a good recovery by Moise Poitier.
Definitely been the most dangerous offensive player of the night for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2, Thomas Sander, but the Switchbacks done a good job to press forward, win this ball back. Master Kasher going to recycle it to Josh Suggs.
Argueta, Suggs, and Josh. Ball up with the left foot. Here's Aaron King. Aaron to Kasher. Dancing, top of the 18 to Frater. Holds, drops it off. The cross, and nobody home on the backside. Suggs came flying through on the left side, but nobody there to finish.
Brilliant combination play there from Kevon Frater and Josh Suggs. Kevon Frater just laid this ball off, put it perfectly on a silver platter for Josh Suggs, who fired his cross right across the goal mouth. Look at this for a touch from Kevon Frater. Knows exactly where Josh Suggs is going to be. He puts this ball right across the goal mouth. No Switchbacks there. Able to knock that one home. Really unlucky. Great cross there from Josh Suggs.
Eddie Prue was in the area, but not close enough as Sion McFarland battling there with Thomas Sander. He has been a handful today for the Switchbacks. Fans, don't forget, it is getting to be that time. Our Better Business Bureau Man of the Match. Tell us who it is. Vote at Switchbacks FC on Twitter. And of course, as always, our own Roland Vargas will interview our BBB Man of the Match at the conclusion of this one. So many candidates, of course. Master Kasher got the Switchbacks on the board with a goal in the 48th minute. Kevon Frater off the bench. 10 minutes later, he's now second out of the team and goals scored with 4. Some fine candidates here, and hey, let's not forget about the defense. They've been rock solid here in half number 2. Kevon Frater again. Tap back to King. Directing traffic, he's got Burt in front of him. Jordan near the end line. The cross. Nobody there, but a good look.
Good ball across there, taken out of the air by Will Seymour. It was good play from Jordan Burt, getting forward once again, able to fire that one across. Referee going to reach for his pocket and bring out the yellow card for Sion McFarland. Unlucky there for Sion McFarland to be booked for that challenge.
So Sion McFarland issued the yellow card here in the 67th minute of play. Here's why.
So Will Seymour bringing that ball out, plays a little 1-2 there. Tries to at least. Sion McFarland looks like he won that ball, but referee calls for the foul, brings out the yellow card for Sion McFarland. Hanson Hot Springs yellow card there for Sion McFarland. Joins Tae-Song Kim in the book and Master Kasher, who've all been booked for the Switchbacks FC here tonight.
Kim to Argueta. Ronnie spins. That's good defense by Marco Bustos as he forces it back out of the switchbacks end, and now Quaddy gonna play it up to McFarland, or so it appeared. He goes to midfield, flicked back by King. Now it's Ritchie. And Ritchie Christian D into the back end, number 22. We've called his name along with Thomas Sander a lot tonight. Those two have been key. Vancouver's success. Here's Sander at midfield. Sander can cover ground in a hurry, that big wingspan, and here he is at the open field. Check to the turf, no call, we play on.
Strong challenge there by Sean McFarland. Won the ball, good defending there by the switchback center back.
Pursuing from behind is Prue. They'll float it ahead, and Suggs stride for stride to that far side, and switchbacks win it.
Great strength from Josh Suggs, shoulder to shoulder, able to track that ball down. Let it run out for a throw in for the Switchbacks FC. He's going to restart the ball here. Referee just coming across. He's going to have a word here with Josh Suggs. Not 100% sure why we can't just have the throw in. Josh Suggs pleading his case there. He went shoulder to shoulder there with Chung. Referee's assistant was right on top of it as well. So back to live action here. Josh Suggs going to take this throw in for the Switchbacks FC.
Along the far side, and boy, a big clip there from Cole Seiler. No card issued. Getting chippy here, Vancouver trying to find some way to regain the momentum. They've lost it. Don't forget the state games here in Colorado, July 21st through the 23rd, and then 28th through the 30th here in Colorado Springs. Here's Master Cashier. Good ball up, look out, Frater gets behind the defense, but fine coverage by Bustos to be able to get back and clear it out.
Last ditch defending there by the Whitecaps FC2. It was a great ball, diagonal ball. Once again, looking for that far side of the field. Jordan Burt, you can see just how far forward the right back has pushed here. Great feed there from Jordan Burt, trying to work that ball through to Kevon Frater, but he's just offside.
Jordan Burt has been so active here tonight, but especially in the second half. No assists, no goals, but boy, he is factored in big in terms of a different looking switchback team here being able to finish in half number 2.
And just as you say that, he wins the 50-50 challenge there. Jordan Burt has been fantastic here tonight for the Switchbacks FC.
Don't forget the Switchbacks return home here in a couple of weeks, July the 29th. It's a Saturday night against the Seattle Sounders FC2 for 90s night. Get your tickets at switchbacksfc.com. Aaron King, Jordan Burt trying to scratch out one more goal and hold on to pick up a big 3 points. A ton of work ahead though. 71st minute of play, all even at 2 apiece.
Sander there looking to get in behind Josh Phillips. He read that ball well, and a great pass out there to Kevon Frater. Is going to easily run this ball down with his speed.
Kevon working on the end line. Ricocheted out. He defended there by Francis DeVries.
The referee's going to blow for a foul there.
Embracing that left shin.
It's Kevon Frater. Is able to work back, win that ball. Referee's going to come across, give himself some time to think about it, and he is going to reach for a card here. Will be a yellow card there, issued by the referee. We'll get confirmation in just a minute of who that was for. But Kevon Frater luckily able to pick himself up off the ground. Strong challenge there by DeVries, and it was DeVries who picked up the yellow card.
Another Hanson Hot Springs Spa yellow card issued, this time to Francis DeVries off the free kick. Master Cashier. Got Suggs to his right. going to be Masta. Big blast and nearly gets in.
Ball just held up a little bit there. Unlucky for Masta Kasher, trying to get that dip. Put it just under the post there. Make Spencer Ritchie have to make a save, but just over Spencer Ritchie's goal. Goalkeeper watched it well.
So good from long range.
So strong off that right foot. You can see that ball just starting to dip, but a little bit too late. Looking for that far post, that far corner there, Masta Kasher.
Even at 2 apiece here, 73rd minute of play. Spencer Ritchie and company, they've given up 2 goals in the second half. Seeing that 2-goal advantage erased here in a matter of 10 minutes. If you just joined us, Switchbacks trailed 2-0 at the break, and Masta Kasher, 48th minute, picked up his 5th goal of the season, and here we go, an opportunity for the Switchbacks. King, the cross, Burt, high up in the air, Frater position, low on the ground, and Kasher not able to put it in.
Thomas Sander there bending his run inside his own half to stay onside. Josh Phillips coming across, and he wins that challenge. Tremendous defending there by the Switchback center back Josh Phillips, who's going to stride forward with this ball.
What recovery. That is exactly why we showcased number 2 in a pregame, and on the other end you can see Masta Kasher scraping himself up off the turf in a Vancouver end.
Holding his lower back there, Masta Kasher took a nasty one there. Terrific play by Aaron King initially to whip that ball in. Masta Kasher is going to be healthy enough to take this free kick. Kevon Frater is going to have his say on this one after that fantastic strike that leveled this game up. Great ball across from Aaron King, looking for that bar post, just inches too high for Jordan Burt. He's able to redirect it. Kevon Frater just marked out. You can see how many Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 swarmed the young Jamaican. They're able to clear their lines, but great play from Aaron King initially to whip that ball in to Jordan Burt.
And this is a position that Masta Kasher is so dangerous in.
And don't forget Kevon Frater.
Masta off the wall. Kevon Frater. Right back, low ball, skips through. Frater drops it off near side of Masta Kasher. Trying to turn the corner. And that's going to stay Switchback ball. What a night. Fans, you can follow the Switchbacks at Twitter. On Twitter, look for the Twitter handle at SwitchbacksFC.
Cheeky throw in there. Jordan Burt playing that one off the back of Masta Kasher. Haven't seen that one in a few years, but it worked out well for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC as Kevon Frater is going to be whistled for the foul there.
Frater comes crashing in. It's just a good hard play by number 11. You can see there down on the field Francis DeVries for Vancouver. Our Penrose Ortho Centuro now to the dock. Penrose St. Francis Health Services sponsoring our injuries tonight and every game here in 2017. Been a hard-fought game, Roland, but a clean game. Both these teams know the importance of this one. As we mentioned, Vancouver 2 games in hand. They're in 12th place. That being said, with 18 points, check that with 15, they're only 8 behind.
So congested in the Western Conference. Once you get past the top 2 teams, San Antonio FC and the Real Monarchs from Salt Lake City, there's so much congestion there in the Western Conference. It feels like one loss could drop you out of playoff contention. One loss could jump you all the way from 9th position into 6th, into 5th. It's just such a tight Western Conference, as we're going to see another change on the far side of the field for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2.
As we talked, it's not always the best team that wins in a postseason. It's the hottest team, and as Vancouver proved last year, they got on a roll at the end of the regular season, got in and played their way all the way into the Western Conference Finals before losing to Swope Park. At as good as you can see a substitution, Toma in, Nazim Bartman out. So 44, Andy Toman checks in, and Nazim Bartman out of the game. Our Chapel Hills substitution coming here in the 77th minute of play.
Referee going to brandish a yellow card here for Spencer Ritchie, the captain, for time wasting. He took an awfully long time there after the referee blown that whistle to restart play with that free kick. Referee wasn't having any of it. Breaks out the yellow card for Spencer Ritchie.
And a strong strike by Ritchie. Headed up after that Hanson Hot Springs Spa's yellow card issued to Spencer Ritchie, the starting keeper for Vancouver. Out of the corner and losing his footing on that play, Andy Toma, who just checked in for the exited Nazim Bartman.
And you can see more players slipping here on this wet Wiedner Field surface. It was a nice pass played across over the top by Tae-Song Kim. Kevon Frater trying to use that turn of speed, but his feet just gave away from under him. Josh Suggs going to restart this attack here.
And the pitch in just absolutely great condition. We talked about the surface being a little wet, but let's rewind to the first season here in Colorado Springs, 2015. This surface certainly had its moments, but the Crowns crew here, the Switchbacks, tip your cap. They have done an unbelievable job getting this surface into just pristine condition. And the shot wide, sails just far to the post left side, and a near opportunity there, as you can see. A man down on the field. It's Marco Bustos.
Great run forward from Marco Bustos. We talked about how dangerous he is. He appears out of nowhere, takes his ball, gets it out of his feet, looks for that far corner. You could tell Moise Poati in the Switchbacks goal was worried about that one just by his dive and his reaction. Marco Bustos picks himself up off the ground with a helping hand from Josh Phillips. Just wide of the Switchbacks far post there for Marco Bustos. Still 2-2 here at Wiedner Field.
Well, Bustos, it is amazing what he has done. 5 goals in 5 games played this season for the Whitecaps FC 2 team, and nearly had his 6th goal. A look there at Master Cashier here in the 80th minute of play. And you get the feeling that Vancouver, they have halted the momentum for at least a moment.
They have, but they haven't had too many clear-cut chances apart from that last one there from Marco Bustos. Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 have been a little bit stretched in midfield. Eddie Prue getting on the ball and trying to restart the attack for the Switchbacks FC, who are desperate for 3 points at home at Wiedner Field.
Tae-Song Kim hesitates, drops it in a little back and forth with Master Cashier and into a dead spot near that end line. Don't forget about 719 Day coming up here at Wiedner Field. It's on July the 19th. Get your tickets today at switchbacksfc.com. Good ball up in the air, McFarland. The challenge, Prue pulls it down at midfield. Here's Aaron King now. Frater drops it back for Prue. Jordan Burt. King. And now Prue. Good touches here for Colorado Springs.
Patient build-up play by the Switchbacks FC. Eddie Prue becoming more and more involved. Eddie Prue from
Bozeman, Montana.
100%.
Played it professionally over in the Netherlands. And he has been a fine addition to this starting lineup this season for Steve Tritchie. We play out fans wanted a call, not going to get it. Here's Argueta, the captain, moves in, top of the 18, slides it left side. Suggs moves in. Ritchie the challenge. And he comes up with a stop, but stays down on the turf.
Brave goalkeeping from Spencer Ritchie. Josh Suggs offers his condolences there. Nothing that Josh Suggs could do other than come flying in. Very unlucky to see a yellow card brandished for the Switchbacks left back. It was a fantastic run forward by Josh Suggs. Just inches unable to get on the end of that one and turn it goalwards, but brave goalkeeping by Spencer Ritchie, able to come out at the feet of a barreling in Josh Suggs, making a tremendous run. Trying to put that finish on net. Spencer Ritchie, good save, well held there. Josh Suggs picks up the Hanson Hot Springs yellow card.
Only one decision on a part of Spencer Ritchie, and that was to go after the ball, and decisive play and a fine stop to keep this tied up at 2. Phillips flicks it forward over the head of Tae-Song Kim. Pinball back at midfield. McFarland off the right foot now. Here's King. Played up to Peru. Cross and cleared right back out by Vancouver. Switchbacks trying to make it 3 consecutive goals here. Playing in a 2-2 game in the 83rd minute. Tae-Song Kim has it bumped from behind, and Vancouver looking for a little momentum offensively. A big run.
Andy Toma, the second half substitute. Nice run down the left wing, but well covered by Sion McFarland from his center back position.
A lot of support here tonight for the Switchbacks, and you can see Ronnie Argueta feeding off that as he takes it out of the Vancouver end.
Our Jack Quinn's fan of the game, breaking out the kilt here tonight at Wiedner Field. Fantastic.
No doubt part of the Trailhead crew. One of the loudest and proudest fan bases in all the USL. Well, it has been impressive, this league. The turnout of support. We think of Cincinnati, what they have done there in the Midwest. Unbelievable. Making a whole lot of noise at the US Open Cup. Dramatic victory. But so many great fans all around this fantastic league, and Colorado Springs no different. Trailheads. An unbelievable support group here for the Switchbacks, trying to give the home fans 3 points here tonight, but they need another goal. Ticking in to the 85th minute of play. Kim, right side of Jordan Burt.
Going to see another substitution on the far side of the field for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 as we see some substitutes getting ready for the Switchbacks as well. Gloria Manda going to come in. Impact substitute extraordinaire for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. Very dangerous players. We see Connor Bevins for the Switchbacks on the left side there, getting ready to come in for the Switchbacks at the next break of the game for our Chapel Hills Mall substitution.
So Sander out and Amanda in the 85th minute of play.
Sander did brilliantly well tonight with the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. And now Connor Bevins coming in for Jordan Burt. You can see Jordan Burt just holding that left hamstring as he comes off the near side of the field. Switchbacks will be desperate to hope that that's not a long-term injury for Jordan Burt. He's a fantastic player for head coach Steve Tritchew. But Connor Bevins, that's a like-for-like substitution. Bevins will come right in, go into that right back position that Jordan Burt vacates. You can see, once again, Jordan Burt holding his left hamstring as he goes off the field. Chapel Hills Mall substitution. So he gives the fans a high five on the far side of the Wiedner Field pitch.
So Connor Bevins enters here. Just minutes to play in regulation. Switchbacks trying to find a way to pull out 3 points tonight. They need another goal. Hangs high in the air. Ritchie covers that post on the near side. Here's Kim, pulls it back. Bevins loses his footing. And good recovery by Connor. Toma at midfield. And what a battle by Sion McFarland.
It's great to have that kind of talent on the bench for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Connor Bevins. We saw Connor Bevins coming in when Josh Suggs was unable to play. Steve Tritchew did a little bit of a reshuffle of his defensive shape, but Connor Bevins, a like-for-like substitution in for Jordan Burt at right back. Jordan Burt still making his way over to the bench, really holding that left hamstring. I'm hoping that's not a long-term injury. He's such an important player for the Switchbacks FC, number 44, Jordan Burt.
Fair to the speed, gets in the box, and then Ritchie able to sweep it away. High in the air, Phillips off the body. There's Suggs. Now Josh Phillips, low ball, far side, Cashier quickly up off the turf.
That's a nasty tackle right there. Referee coming across, going to brandish a card, no doubt. That was a scything tackle, bit of a scissor challenge. Ronnie Argueta took a real nasty one there, and the yellow card is out for number 32. Marco Bustos took Ronnie Argueta right out of the game.
Now that leads us to our moment of the game here. Late in this second half is a look at the captain, Ronnie Argueta. And here it is. Come on, Frater, why not? Knuckleball, far post, bends it in. And that tied the game at 2 apiece. In the 58th minute of play, that our Penrose St. Francis Health Services critical moment of the game. Let's hope that the Switchbacks have one more critical moment here to take the lead. It'll get through.
It's Kevon Frater flicking that ball on, looking for the run of Aaron King. Once again, that ball just accelerates off the surface, goes out for a goal kick. For the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2, fans of all ages in the house here at Wiedner Field tonight.
What a night to take in. Just an unbelievable match. It's been a tale of two halves. Switchbacks have played well, though, both halves, but in terms of the scoring, Vancouver getting 2 goals late in the first half, and the Switchbacks 2 goals early in the second half, and that's where we stand here in the final minutes of regulation. Certainly stoppage time coming up. How much, we'll find out here in just a moment, but certainly these two teams are going to have a chance to perhaps win it in extra time. On the cross and punched over with the right hand by Ritchie. What a play.
Well, that cross turned into a shot there from Josh Suggs. A little bit of a Schross left foot, whipping that ball into the box. Ton of English on it. It was taking itself under the crossbar, of Spencer Ritchie. Look at that from Josh Suggs. Tremendous player in the left wing. That ball is going to nestle in the back of the net. Well marshaled there by Spencer Ritchie. Uses his hands, able to claw that one out for a corner kick. Switchbacks, both center backs forward for this one.
Suggs and punched out by Ritchie, and now a whistle to blow it dead.
Referee spotted something in the box, a little bit of pushing and shoving. He's going to blow that one for a free kick for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 as we get ever closer to the 90th minute here at Wiedner Field in Colorado Springs.
And back there on the goal box, you see a Vancouver player slow to get up. That is Cole Seidler.
Well, a goal from either team now obviously is going to win this game here at Wiedner Field. The Switchbacks could make another throw of the dice. You can see some substitutes warming up furiously on the far side of the field. The Switchbacks do have offensive talent still remaining on the bench. Jack Jones, Jung Young Park, so they could make one more change here at Wiedner Field. But for right now, Steve Tritchie is going to go into stoppage time, into 4 minutes of stoppage time at Wiedner Field with this 11 as the substitutes get ever more ready. Eddie Prue now finding himself on this ball in the center of midfield.
King lets it go through to Frater. Here we go. Bevins, the blast, and Ritchie deflecting it out of bounds.
Tremendous shot there by the substitute Connor Bevins, looking for that top corner. Use the defender. He actually waits for the center back to get back into position to screen the goalkeeper. Fires that ball on Spencer Ritchie's net. That's a fantastic save by the Vancouver FC2 number 1. Keep his team in it. Watch this. He waits for the defender to get back to screen that goalkeeper. He's looking for the top corner. Short side, Spencer Ritchie flies across, 2 hands behind that one, able to parry it out for a corner kick for the Switchbacks FC.
Back live. And Argueta, the captain, on top. Low ball, and it's going to go wide of the post, far side.
Unlucky from Ronnie Argueta. We know just how dangerous he is. That was our 13th corner kick of the game for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Ronnie Argueta shot going wide of Spencer Ritchie's net. Spencer Ritchie's got to be quick in taking this goal kick. He's already been booked once by the referee for time wasting here in tonight's game.
I'll tip your cap to Spencer Ritchie. He gave up those goals early in the second half, but he is locked in here in extra time. Made perhaps a game-saving save just moments ago on Connor Bevins. Don't forget our Better Business Bureau man of the match coming up next. Who is it? Well, you'll find out here in the postgame. Roland Vargas will talk to our BBB man of the match at the conclusion of this one. Over the head of that Switchbacks front.
Spencer Ritchie perfectly happy to watch this clock tick down, not give the Switchbacks too many more opportunities on his net. But we'll see what the Switchbacks can conjure up in the last 2 minutes and change here, Wiedner Field.
Ritchie on the punt. A good takeaway there by Argueta for the moment. Cashier chasing. And the speed here on the near side shown by Kaden Chung.
Unlucky there for Sion McFarland, trying to head that ball out. Just caught the side of his head. Went out for a Wells Fargo corner kick. Then McKendry, substitute's going to come across to take for the Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. They're going to bring both center backs forward, but they're not going to sell out too much. They've got 3 players behind the ball, outside of the box, waiting for this one. But be careful here, the center back, Dean.
Softball in the corner, still alive. From way out, low blast, and it's off the foot of Sion McFarland. A good block by the defenseman. And that ball on the ground. Come on, Frater plays it with the right foot. Up ahead. And now a late whistle. Boy, that was delayed.
Looks like he jumped over the legs of Masta Kasher there for me. The referee deeming that Kasher made some contact, blowing that one dead for a foul. McKendry's going to come across, take it once again. Center back's going to trot forward for Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. Unlucky here on Masta Kasher. Makes a play on the ball. Player goes over it. Just a bit of hip to hip there with Masta Kasher. Referee right on top of it. Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. McKendry looking to look for the far post with this cross.
Ben in the box, headed up. And now Kim plays it off the foot of Bevins. And Vancouver unable to save it. Now final seconds here of extra time. Perhaps one last chance here for the Switchbacks up ahead. Big run by Aaron King into the box through the end line. And it's going to be a Budweiser corner kick, perhaps. The final corner kick of the night is the difference.
Well, the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC are going to sell out for this Budweiser corner kick. Sion McFarland, Josh Phillips coming forward for this one. Ronnie Argueta, the captain, ushering all of his teammates forward into the box for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Josh Suggs to put this ball in with his left foot.
This could be the game. Suggs, Ben in. Josh now with the left foot, right back out of the box. And now played out.
Referee has a look at his watch.
And that will do it. What an effort. The Switchbacks, they don't get the three, but they can pick up a valuable point tonight. And they do it in come from behind fashion. They get 2 goals in the second half and end up with a draw. 2-2 the final. Stick around. The Better Business Bureau man of the match. You'll find out who it is up next.
We made it! Wow, look at that.
It's July and CET is full of firework programming all month long. Your Switchbacks square off in 3 key home matches, the 1st, the 8th, and the 29th. Cheer on athletes representing Colorado in the Xterra Adventures Championship Specials. And then don't miss the Season 4 premiere of Out West on July 20th. Happy Independence Day from all of us at CET.
Hi guys, I'm Carrie Wilbanks, your host for Out West. We have a brand new season premiering July 20th right here on CET. And one of the many incredibly cool things we feature is right here at Snowbahn, an indoor ski and snowboard experience. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you there.
Oh, the Switchbacks, the fans, well, all fired up after the home team comes from behind. They were trailing by 2 goals at the break, and they pick up 2 big goals in the second half, and they come out of this one with a point against Vancouver. Now, the Switchbacks with 24 points here in the season, so they stay in that upper half in terms of playoff contention. The top 8 advance to the postseason here at the end of the regular season. Well, in case you missed it, the Switchbacks getting a goal in the 48th minute to cut it to 1 off the foot of Asta Cashier. Some 10 minutes later, it was Kevon Frater came in as a reserve of the second half, and he gets his 4th goal of the season, but his biggest, no doubt, that tied the game at 2, and that's where we end after regulation. 90 minutes of play. The Switchbacks get a point tonight. 2-2 the final in this one. All kinds of great storylines tonight. Vancouver, they came through in the opening half on a penalty kick they get a goal from Marco Bustos, who scored for the 5th time in 5 games to put them up 1-0. And then 4 minutes later, Thomas Sanner gets the header, ricochets off the post, spins in, and that put them up 2 goals. That was enough to get the point in the end. Well, our Better Business Bureau man of the match, we talked about it during the game. Here he is, standing by with our Roland Vargas. Roland.
Business Bureau man of the match, Kevon Frater. Kevon, congratulations on your free kick. It was a hell of a strike. Take me through that goal.
I mean, I got a couple techniques wrong on the first one, so I just know once I get the technique right on the second one, I know exactly where I want to put it. So it was really brilliant.
You came back from 2 goals down to get the tie. I know you're disappointed in the win. Tell me your thoughts on this performance.
I mean, it's good that we can actually come back and lift up the tempo. I mean, I didn't start, so I came on at half, and I really lifted the spirit of my guys and stuff. I mean, we're just looking forward to having a better season, and like we just hope that we get better as the season goes along.
Congratulations on the goal. We'll see you here in a couple weeks.
Thanks, man.
Back to the booth.
All right, thank you, Kevon. Thank you, Roland. The fans filing out of Wiedner Field here with good spirits all around, no doubt about it, as this team, this fan base, saw a 2-2 draw today. The Switchbacks, you see Josh Suggs signing for the fans here. As we take a look at the numbers from this one, and all kinds of numbers. Advantage on the corner kicks. Look at that, 14-1. The shot advantage +4 for Colorado Springs. Free kicks 12-10. One of those free kicks resulting in a goal. The first goal of the game for the Switchbacks, that came from Masta Cashier, his team leading 5th goal now of the season. 4 yellow cards apiece for both teams, but in the end, the key line, 2 goals for Colorado Springs. And more importantly, they pick up a point. So Roland, they go from 23 points now on the season to 24. We talked about Sacramento, Reno being ahead of them with 25 points, but still a lot of soccer left to be played. And that was big to overcome adversity at home early on and get a point.
Switchbacks did a really good job of coming back into this game. We thought they might have been out of it at halftime. Obviously, the Switchbacks started the game. The better of the 2 teams went down those 2 goals at halftime. Looked like they could have been out of it. Going down a 3rd goal definitely would have been a killer for the Switchbacks, but they fought back. Kevon Frater, talk about an impact substitution. He came on. Steve Turchu obviously gave him some words, knew he had to fire him up. He came on, and he really changed everything for the Switchbacks FC.
Well, let's take a look at how this one unfolded. And for Colorado Springs, they had chances in particular on those set pieces. And here for Vancouver, they had chances. This a penalty kick at the end of the opening half, that in the 39th minute from Marco Bustos. 1-0 Vancouver. Then 4 minutes later, Thomas Sanner, watch this on the cross, gets ahead on it and uses the iron.
We thought that could have been the killer goal to go against the Switchbacks FC. The Switchbacks needed more defenders around that far stick, but take nothing away from the header from Thomas Sanner. He did a great job to get up, use his size, use his mobility there to head that ball in, and then we were back to the second half, and it was all Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
Masta Cashier working his magic. Cashier, unbelievable. Turns and fires. Cashier, his team leading 5th goal of the season. 2-1 at that point. And 10 minutes later, Roland, they strike again off the bench with Mr. Frater.
Kevon Frater, just a tremendous strike off of the free kick as we see here. Kevon Frater picking up the ball. Such a tricky player. Jordan Burt was able to take this strike. Unlucky for Jordan Burt. That ball went right over. What about this? This has definitely got to be on the USL contenders for the goal of the week. What a fantastic strike off the left foot of Kevon Frater. He talked about it in that post-match interview. He'd gotten his technique wrong a couple times earlier than that. I certainly didn't see that, but man, did he get that technique right with that free kick. What a finish. You talked about the butterfly effect. Almost no knuckle on that ball at all. Flew past Spencer Ritchie into the net. 2-2.
So Cashier and Frater have now combined for 9 of the Switchbacks goals this season. More importantly, they get the draw, they get a point, and continue to move upwards in the Western Conference standings. Well, it has been a good one tonight. We'd like to thank all of the viewers tonight for joining us. For my partner, Roland Vargas, and our entire crew.
This copyrighted telecast of United Soccer
Wiedner Field. Ziggy and the Switchbacks win it tonight, or actually a draw. 2-2, they get a point. They'll be back at home in a couple of weeks. We'll see you then. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.